You know, so we're not going to leave you, but we have to do other things too, you know. We get caught up in other things, so we have to do it. While we see the rain come, may I tell you, what a sweet feeling, man. The rain come, man. Give thanks for that. I hope it continue. You know, in the abundance of water, the fool get thirsty, you know. I will see a whole heap of thirsty people about the place I know because them never did harvest the water properly. And we still have the same dam, them and reservoir where they did serve 100 years ago. Well, only 1 million people did in Jamaica now, 3 million people plus. And them have the same amount of dam and reservoir to feed the people them. So them have to go fix that. Ball out, every time rain fall, people ball out, so them can't get no water. Jamaica is, I was taught that Jamaica is the land of wood and water. You understand? Okay, so why you love Cabo, you know? Yes, why you love Cabo, why you love Vivina, why you love Shamara, who hold the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th away. You love Cabo, Mahateru, why you up. Yeah, man, we give thanks. No, say cutting edge and stepping ways is safe. When Cabo do it, you understand? Okay. A long time rhythm there, yes. New lyrics, same old rhythm. Douglas Booth coming through talking about the slave trade. It depends where slavery, it a grind slow, but a grind still. According to Damien. This month, them call it March. Today, them says the eyes of March. You know, is a, I don't know if people hear the saying, say, Romans countrymen, lend me your ears. It was a time in our history when the Roman Empire was like America now, world power. Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire did have an emperor named Julius Caesar. You know, Julius Caesar, July come from Julius Caesar, as him give it a name, you know. He have a month for himself, you know, like Augustus Caesar. It's Augustus Caesar and August. Septimus. Yes, it's Septimus September. We have to know, said all of these names is either Greek or Roman, give it, Jesus Christus, Greek. All of these things is not our things. It's not our things. The world is shaped around the ideas of white people. White people shape it. And then them colonize and enslave and do other thing with other people, indigenous people. Now see them do it in a Jamaica, yeah, with the indigenous people known as the Tainos and the Africans that was here before them. We know that Africans was here. How we know that? Because we have historians who scientifically show we how it happened and why it happened and when it happened. All of these places was inhabited by Africans. And then the Europeans come with them fire water and him gun and him bayonet and the disease and spread it over the land. Jamaica become a colony of the Spaniards. And because white people fighting against white people, the British come and fight the Spaniards and take it away from them. And it become a colony of England. And you have some places where the Spaniards them hold on, like Cuba, Puerto Rico and all these places. Them still maintain Spanish as them language. And then you have the French. Them hold on Guadeloupe, them hold on Martinique, and them hold on Haiti. And then you have the Dutch from Holland, them hold on Suriname, and other places, and we can go on and on and on and on. But the point is that our consciousness and conscience and sometimes moral compass is shaped by Europeans. And it is very difficult to move away from it because every day you get up and even when you are asleep, you are surrounded by the concept that was given to us during our time here and the invasion that happened in Africa. We know, say, Africa, the Africans were enslaved by the Arabs. The Arabs enslaved Africa, especially northern Africa, where you still have Arabs now take over the whole of northern Africa, most of northern Africa. So them talk Arabic. And then you have the French influence there because the French still in Africa. So the people them in Mali run them out. So you have Mauritania, you have Algeria, Tunisia, all up of them area there. The French are the foothold up there. So this is the cutting edge. Listen to Donovan Joseph, positive. So we'll talk about all the different European countries them invade with, also the Arabs. The thing with it is that people are the talk about the slave trade that took place with the Arabs who come across North Africa there and infiltrated, that even them language become like the national language of most countries like Morocco, Tunisia, Mali. Well, them talk French more, I will put them in Mali still, but here we know. The reason why I mention that is to talk about what the influence is in Jamaica and how the ideas that we have, what we think says our ideas, and it have nothing to do with we. It's adopted ideas. We talk about the political idea, the religious idea, the eating idea, the dressing idea, the sexing idea, all of these ideas. They have nothing to do with we, But we become part of it, and it helps to build up white supremacy. So it's not that only white people can project white supremacy. Black people manifest white supremacy too. And you see most black people life, they might help to build up white supremacy. So the white man do have to be present for have white supremacy flourishing. But him use symbols. And we say that we keep saying that, but we have to say the same thing all the while, until you get it. See it? Because sometimes it's very difficult for a man hear something one time and want to hear it again and can't hear it because I don't remember what did I say. So we there have to do to play like a record. We are recording in your ears. Keep saying it. So we there so now and Rastafari come forward again, and it's something where we have to really have an anniversary for. We not celebrate it, we are remember it. It's in our memory. And really and truly, the memory is very important to how you view yourself in this time, Because memories is in the past, but the past actually become part of you, even though you're living in the present. So here we know. April, the 22nd of April, 1966. Sorry, 26 years. Haile Selassie come to Jamaica. And in 1963, Easter, them call it Holy Thursday and Bad Friday. and Easter Sunday, the Rastafari community was pounced upon and was marked for death to eliminate Rastafari. And we survived. We survived so many things in Jamaica that were still there. And even though some gone, but some still there, we have to tell the tale of the ones who gone and to really move forward with what the ones them who gone had in mind and intention. So we depend this celebration. Well, I keep saying celebration. We depend this anniversary of the memory of what took place in St. James against the Rastafari community by the government of Jamaica. The government of Jamaica unleashed the most cruel atrocity against its own people. The atrocity that we'll never forget. We will never forget it. And one of the ways that we make sure that it is not forgotten is to have a gathering of Rastafari, the Rastafari community in St. James, where the atrocities took place. And this year is no different, because it's two things that happen in April, you know. The Coral Garden atrocity and the visit of His Majesty to Jamaica. Two of the main things in the calendar of Rastafari. So we're going to talk to Nani from the Rastafari Benevolent Council in them live a Montego Bay, St. James, who has been doing a whole heap of work for the elders to even survive until now. And a lot of them survived through that 1963 incident, 1 year after them claim independence. 1 year after Jamaica declared independence. Jamaica said them independent from the 6th of August, 1962. And 1 year after, Rastafari was marked for death. Annihilate. That is what it was intended to do. Get rid of the ganja smoking, dirty head people them. I'm not telling you, say, some people give me an article out of the newspaper. I'm going to go find it before the night done. Out of a newspaper in the Gleaner. Man, me I tell you, I'm going to come forward. This is Donovan Joseph. Hey, we're going to play a tune now where at the first, we want yell up Ras Ivy before we play it, we want yell up Ras Ivy, you know. Yeah, Ras Ivy. Give thanks, man. We're going to play a tune now where if it wasn't Ras Ivy I only hear about, I never know this tune now. I never know this tune now, Ras Ivy. I never hear it yet, and me get the tune. A man I am, a man I am. And you're not going to believe it's who sing it neither. So I'm going to play it and never tell you who sing it, you know. But this tune, yeah, trust me, man, different. For the artists who do it, it's a total different from where you know the artists usually do. So listen to this. Man, may I tell you, John Holt in a different style. You know, say, believe you me, when you hear the range of these artists in terms of voice and in terms of subject matter, and even though the subject matter is, the whole of them is different, but them don't deviate. Them don't deviate into crazy talking and craziness. Them don't deviate. Them go straight ahead, straight forward. That is why even though the man them gone, man, look on how long Bob dead. About 40 years Bob dead now, you know. And the youth them, I go on like say man them a picnic together. What, a 70 year old him be, you know, 70, I think a 78 him would have be. You would have didn't know that. 40 years ago the man dead, and the man tune them still a play like it's nowadays music. You know? And even though the subject matter different in a most of them song them don't deviate. Yes. And it's really weird to say a man like a schizophrenic go on amongst the youth them now, him sing a tune over there so, and then him come way over there so and sing a tune gone way over there so. You know, it's not like you can't do it because you have license as an artist to do anything you want to do. But given what our music is and supposed to be, you wouldn't expect the deviation for so wide and far. You understand? Yeah, man, we love it. We love it and we love this tune, yeah. And it's this Ras I we are talking about who introduced me to the song a while ago.
Play forward.
You know, so me a bridging where people gang him down a Spanish Town Road. Not police, ordinary people who them build up this thing against Rastafari, the government build up this thing. That all the people them start to really treat Rasta in such a way where them would have hold on a Rasta man and cut off him locks with a buckle. A buckle. Them cut off him locks with. Spanish Town Road. Greetings, Nanny.
Greetings, Brother Muta. How are you?
Life is wonderful, man. Wonderful.
Give thanks.
Yes. Okay. So it's that time of the year again when we're going to really remember what took place in a what we call an anniversary. We want to tell the people what is going to happen this year, or if there's anything new what happened this year.
Yes, give thanks. This marks the 60th anniversary of the 1963 Coral Gardens atrocities. So we're trying to make it a little bit special. So we have planned a 2-day event at Jarrett Park.
Oh, you're going back at Jarrett Park?
Yes.
Okay.
Montego Bay is, kind of starved for venues, in terms of what we want to do. Jarrett Park is quite big, so we want to, create a smaller space within that large space so that we don't look like we're lost, Yeah. So the event will take place on the 7th and 8th, Bad Friday the 7th and the Saturday the 8th of April this year. And what we're going to do is, first we have a collaboration with the National Museum Jamaica, the Rastafari exhibit that they are observing the 10th year of the Rastafari exhibit, where we are observing the 60th year of Rastafari, of the atrocities. So we have partnered with them, and we are...
All right, explain where you talk about exhibit. The one that was downtown, the one that was in Washington?
The one that was in Kingston and is still in I think a part of it is still in Montego Bay now. It started in Washington and then moved to Jamaica. But it is the 10th year that they have had it in Jamaica.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So we are collaborating with them, and we are doing a museum at the venue on both days, to inform the public, about the historical aspects of Rastafari and also the Coral Gardens.
That is in Jarrett Park. You're going to have that exhibition.
Yes, in Jarrett Park. There's a building there.
Yes.
So we're going to use up the building for the
kind of museum like.
Yes, right. Okay. And in addition to what their exhibits, we have statements of the survivors, the ones who have passed away. We have put on vinyl, their pictures and the statements that they gave to the public defender, so that that their statements will be there for the public to observe. And this year we have a special account from a policeman who was who participated in the Car Gardens incident. So we will also have his picture and his written account of his experience that he in that time.
All right, hold on. Is he the one in a documentary that talk about how the music use?
No.
Oh, not him.
One at all. No.
Okay.
Right. So we will we will have that. That is, special for us for the 2 days. We are trying to get. We are inviting the students because every year students come to the Rastafari community to do research as part of their curriculum. So we're going to reach out to the schools and colleges for the students to come and see the exhibit as well as speak with the survivors directly. Yeah. So yes, right. And we're having on Friday the usual banquet.
Hold on. I could go back to the Friday now because since you never do this before, we really need to emphasize this part of it now where one can come in and say and read and hear voices from the past that talk about this thing that happened in St. James. All right, so it were open from what time to what time, that exhibit? What time to what time?
All right, so the exhibit will be there all day, both days. We start at 11 a.m. both days.
Okay.
And we are planning a panel discussion on Saturday morning, speaking directly to the historical events that have of persecution and discrimination that have taken place over the years.
Okay.
So that will also be added information.
Yeah. Who's in the panel?
Well, Dr. Michael Barnett will be the moderator.
Okay.
We have not yet finalized all of the panelists.
Speakers,
Yes, right.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. And so it's a Saturday you have the banquet.
No, Friday. Friday we have the banquet at 2 p.m. We start the banquet. We do the banquet, and then after the banquet we have a speakers forum of persons speaking on health, and natural healing, on reparations, and that type of thing. And then after the speakers forum, we will have entertainment.
Okay.
By the spoken word, so we have spoken word artists, dub poets, and so on. And following that, now we will have drumming and chanting right into the to the end of Friday's activity. Okay. We're hoping to have 3 different drumming groups to create that form of entertainment and commemoration. And then on Saturday now we continue with the museum, with the exhibits at the museum. We will have a panel discussion in the morning in respect of the historical aspects of the Rastafari movement. And without leaving you out, Mutabaruka, we will be having you to on Friday to do your usual musical selections and entertain the patrons as they are there. Yeah. And on Saturday we will also have a panel discussion in the afternoon, starting about between 4 and 5 o'clock, on the state of the current state of the ganja industry, and that will be led by Raga, Rastafari Grassroots Association.
Yeah.
Right. So they will, and we also have a ganja grove. We will have that in terms of displays and experiencing the sacrament, but that will be, of course, apart from we will create a space for that, so that because we know the legal requirements for persons under 18 not to participate in that.
All right, so that is the whole day. That's like it go right up till when? Because people have to know.
Right up until we're looking at, say, 2 p.m. If the police allows us to go that far, or if they allow us to go further, we will.
You mean 2 a.m.?
2 a.m. And we will, yes, I didn't mention the cultural presentation in the form of a stage show that will end the Saturday's program.
Right.
You know, so we're having artists like Warrior King and others, just you know, yeah. So,
all right.
On the advertisements coming up, coming up in this week.
You ever try get one of those we call well-known Rastafari artists to perform at the anniversary? You ever try get one of them to do that yet?
Well, yes. We have a problem this year, though, because that is what we were really focusing. We said we would try to get, you know, at least about 3 really big artists.
No, but from I go there, I don't see no bigger. Well, I shouldn't say that.
No,
but
well, what happened is
most of the time, I don't see no big artists come there. Eh?
Well, on the 50th commemoration, there were quite a few big artists, you know, Capleton, Queen Ifrica.
Like 10 years ago.
Many more were there on the 50th. But what has been in recent times now, since the Sumfest have been they have contracts with these artists that they should not perform either 3 to 4 months before the event and some couple of months after the event in the Montego Bay area. So that is what has made it difficult for us to.
So is that happening? Is that happening again? Why? You mean 3-4 months? I miss the artists I do show everywhere.
Yes,
but only for artists with the some
the Montego Bay area, because even some of the bigger artists gave their commitments, and then afterwards they called in to say that because of the contract that they are signing with Sumfest, they will not be able to perform.
Wow. And if, all right, I'm not going to say nothing to this. I'm not going to say nothing to this, all right, at all. I don't feel to stir up no what's next right now. Believe you me. All right. Yes. So we set out that. All right. Since I have here, I can ask you some questions. What is the status now of the elders, the benevolent organization, and the government as it relates to securing a better life for the last days of these elders? What is the status?
All right, so right now we are operating an elder care facility in Norwood, which is on rented premises. And the elder care facility we are taking care of a few elders who do not have caregivers. And we operate it obviously on a 24-hour basis, 24/7 basis, where we rotate the staff and they come in on a shift basis to take care of the elders. Now, we were granted, since 2018, Minister Grange announced in Parliament about 2 lots in Albion. That is where we had the commemoration last year. But we still have not yet fully secured the property, even now. You know, even after writing so many letters and, you know, making so many telephone calls and following up and, you know, talking with representatives at the land agency and all of that. The fact is that the political directorate has to sign off on it, and that has not yet happened. So, and during the visit of Prince Ermias last year, Minister Grange said that promised. She didn't give a timeline, but she promised to you know, finalize the matter. And she even said that it would not only be the elder care facility, would be a permanent elder care facility at Albion, and it would not only be for the survivors, but also for the elders in the Rastafari community.
Yeah, like all of me, I know.
Yes, indeed, we are all getting there.
Yes.
But we have some difficulty, getting them to fulfill that promise. So
what is difficult? Why is that it's a difficult thing?
I don't know. It is that politicians make promises and you have to follow up, and we have been following up, and we have, it still has not yet happened.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the other survivors who have their caregivers and are at home with their families or so, they receive a monthly disbursement from the trust fund to take care of their living expenses and, medical expenses and so on. Okay. In addition, we at the elder care facility and also in association with the Nyabingi, a group from the Nyabingi, we did a health fair recently, which was really well received, where volunteers came in from abroad, and there was a doctor there and a dentist there, and more than 40 persons were, seen by the doctor and the dentist. We also have a doctor coming in at the elder care facility on a weekly basis, attending to the elders as well as the community, the wider community, and that is also it's really well received to the extent that it's growing. The other people from the community are coming in, making appointments to come in to see the doctor on a weekly basis. Once every Thursday, he's there.
Well, these things are happening, and Jamaican people don't know it's happening because I hear some little open-mouth people that talk about where Rasta do this and Rasta nah do that and Rasta do this and Rasta. And I know so they eye them from them Iowa they really and make sure say the elders them who leave out of that atrocity is taken care of. How much of them leave since last year till now? How much of them gone?
One. Okay. Since last year, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but overall we have about close to 20, maybe a little bit less of them who are still alive.
Who was there from them time Carol gone to now?
Yes.
Yeah. And they are taken care of?
They are taken care of in different ways, as I say.
Yes.
Those who are with their families, we still monitor the situation with them. Yeah. Because with many of these, the family members, they are not Rastafari and they don't. Some of them do not necessarily prioritize the supervision of the elders.
Of the elders, yeah.
So we monitor that, and in some cases we have to intervene and suggest improvements so that we try to ensure that the elders are well taken care of. Yeah, but intervening in family situations kind of very sensitive, so we have to we have to be diplomatic and be aware of that as well.
Well, sister, give thanks because we know the work still. It's just that we don't have you upon the radio every day if you talk about it, and we don't ever want to talk about it every day neither, but we know it's go on.
Yes, give thanks, Muta. Yes, it is going on, and we must remind the Rastafari community and the general public that the Rastafari Korgas Medevran Society, we operate on a voluntary basis. None of us are paid in any way or shape. We are supervised by the Department of Cooperatives. We have to send in our returns on an annual basis. And so we have to operate transparently and above board. Yes. So, it is just voluntary work we are doing, Yeah, and at the elder care facility, though, we have a manager employed to supervise the staff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Mama. Give thanks. So, the 7th and the 8th, Montego Bay, Jarrett Park.
Montego Bay, Jarrett Park, yes.
All right, Mama. Give thanks.
We want the younger people to come out because they are not aware of the history,
No.
And there are some attempts at times to rewrite the history. So we really have to, the commemoration event is essential. Yes. In keeping the history alive and to keep the facts.
Yes.
Keep the society, the public aware of the facts.
That's why we have a program like this, because we have to continuously tell them the same thing over and over. That them can know, say, we're there still.
Yeah, because people are passing on, the younger people are being, they have the cultural influence from elsewhere.
They might move backwards.
They don't necessarily see and remember any, what their foreparents went through.
Yeah, I talked to a bridge the other day. I never know if him in the early 30s. Him say never know so Bob Marley get shot.
Yes.
So I say you never know so Bob Marley get shot. Him say no.
Yes.
And I start to tell him.
For granted,
Yeah, I start to tell him about a whole heap of things about Bobby and no one. He must say, at them things they used to go on. I say, what's that?
Yes.
And I listen to Bob song them every day.
Yes. So sometimes, it looks like we are just repeating the same old.
Yeah.
But we have to.
But of course.
To keep our the nation really
Marcus Garvey tell us about it. Propaganda is part of the struggle. You have to keep saying the same thing over and over.
Yes, because propaganda is used against the struggle as well. So you have to, you have to balance it with your own facts that you have,
Yes. All right, Mama.
Yes.
All right, give thanks. Give thanks
to you, to Muta.
Now it's 60 years, 10 years after that song was done. 60 years. But we are going to survive, We're the black survivors. We are going to survive. And we still survive because it's 500 years. 500 years. And we're still there. We're not supposed to be there. We weren't supposed to be here, But we're there. We're going to be there forever. Yes, don't forget, Don't forget people without a knowledge of them history is like a tree without root. And if you forget, you might repeat it. You understand? You don't know what's coming at you. If you had a knowledge of what it is that is coming at you, you could have prevented it from happening a second time, but you never know, so it reach again. So never forget that we are talking about. We never forget. And we're going to keep repeating it, and we're going to tire to see your face. Can't get you out of the race. Akabi coming through, say him not give up him not take. No, if you go do that, you can't start and then go back again, man. No, sir. Straightforward, straight. The translation, that virgin, him name Smiley Culture. Him dead in a police custody. Yes, in England there. Dead in a police custody. And the virgin, anytime I go to Ghana, we always buck up, And then we hear say police kill him in a police custody in England. We're still in England, We're still in England. We just play 3 different youth out of England. Maccabee still about to make music strong, and a tour said we. Cockney translation by Culture. That's it. My braids, seriously. Agua Culture name again. Smiley Culture, yeah. And then Papa Levi. Papa Levi have the biggest hit in Jamaica as a DJ from England. Yeah. Okay. As we say, we are take phone call. If you're not call, we just do what we are doing.
Across our planet. Now you see why I have to speak this truth? You see why? Wasn't it Edmund Burke who said all that's necessary for evil to prevail is that good men do nothing, right? I'm not going to stand here and be silent. I'm not going to stand here and be intimidated. Those people out there, they can slander and they can defame me all they want, all day and night. Call me anything. Fake news, lies, fake accusations. The truth is that you people are genocidal maniacs trying to kill black babies and turn black women against their own babies. You're trying to turn a woman's womb into a murder system through the use of covert sterilization chemicals. That is a scientific and medical fact. And that's why I'm standing here today, to speak this truth, to put it on the record, so that no one can hide from this fact that this genocide is taking place right now, today. It's not 1932 Tuskegee experiment anymore. It's more advanced. Now, it's not just one vector killing black people. It's 5 or 6 different vectors. It's in the food, it's in the vaccines, it's in the medicine, it's in the psychiatric drugs. Oh, and let's get to the food, because this is the final chapter of this that will absolutely shock you. Now, you're hopefully aware of genetic engineering of the food supply, right? They're called GMOs, or genetically modified organisms. This is an advanced science technique to alter the DNA of food crops in order to build in certain traits and physical properties or even chemical properties that the scientists want to put into the food. Now, I'm going to explain to you how your food is now being weaponized as an extermination vector to eliminate black lives. All right? Now, I'm a food scientist. I'm the author of Food Forensics. It achieved the #1 best-selling science book on Amazon.com. I'm the co-author of science papers that have been published in mainstream science journals. I'm not just a casual layperson when it comes to food science. I run a mass spec laboratory that's ISO accredited, validated, audited, inspected, passed many, many tests. Our data can be used in a court of law anywhere around the world. We do food analysis. We can search for complex molecules such as pesticides or elements such as mercury or cadmium. So I run the lab. I am the lab science director. I know a thing or two about food science. Now, what they have invented, when I say they, I'm talking about the genetic engineers, not only have they found a way to put these genetically engineered traits into food crops, they've now found a way to cause food crops to grow RNA fragments that can be specifically targeted like bioweapons to interfere with the physiological processes of targeted species that might eat the food. Now, this technology is called RNA interference technology. It's relatively new compared to GMOs, relatively new. It's being touted now as a technology to eliminate the use of pesticides, because what they're saying is they can cause a corn crop to grow RNA fragments that will kill the insects that eat the corn without having to use pesticides like toxic chemicals that overload the insect nervous system and kill it from nervous system breakdown and so on. This RNA interference technology is a pesticide technology, but it doesn't rely on pesticide chemicals. It relies on RNA fragments in the food. Now, what's disturbing about this is that this technology can be fine-tuned to target a specific race of humans who eat the food. I want you to follow me very carefully on this, because most people have never heard of this before. They've never heard of this technology. They don't know it can be targeted by race. Food crops can be engineered right now based on existing technology to cause infertility in black people alone. That technology is a reality. It's widely covered out there in the mainstream media, in the science media. RNA interference technology is widely covered. And they openly talk about how it can be used to target specific physiological processes of certain insect species. They can interfere with DNA repair or protein synthesis in insects. They can interfere with fertility or reproduction. They can interfere with mobility, a nervous system interaction with the musculoskeletal system, or depending on what animal we're talking about, other systems, endoskeleton systems. I ask you, does that technology exist? The answer is yes. It absolutely exists right now. Are they using that technology? I ask you, do a little bit of research, look at the plummeting sperm production in black men. Sperm production is plummeting in black men. Sperm production is precisely the kind of physiological process that can be targeted by RNA interference technology. Now, is that proof that the food crops are being engineered to cause sperm production to plummet in black men? No, it's not proof. But when you connect the dots of all the other things that are being done covertly, this becomes something very likely in the realm of possibility. It would take a lot of advanced testing to find this out. And guess who controls the funding? Guess who controls nearly all the science funding in America today? the federal government, the same government that allows the CDC to cover up the truth about vaccines and black children.
Yes. Warning, take heed. Take heed. Serious thing the man I talk about. So come, are you eating plastic for dinner? You ask that question then. Are you eating plastic for dinner? Yes, El.
Yeah, greetings and blessings, Muta.
Blessed man.
Hello?
Yeah, man, I'm there, man.
Yeah, you know, say a while back, I think at sometime last year, you did have a program on where you did interview a gentleman from a particular financial institution. I don't remember the name of the person, but he did outline some type of investment where persons can make after a certain time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, me know how you talk.
yeah, me just ask if you could have provided me back with that person the contact.
All right, me have to go look for it.
Yeah.
I recently went to that interview that you know.
Yeah. So me I go and listen to the program.
Yeah, go and listen to me because if I can't find it, yeah?
Yeah, man, give that.
But I think the thing when they talk about close up now, you know.
Close up now?
Yeah, it's a time, them like your time, you know, and then them lock it off. Them get enough, what them call it, people fit do it. So it's not something we continue. Like an ordinary bank, you know. It's an investment thing where you get percentage by your money every year, depending on how much you invest. So them close it off now. Them close it off from in December there. As a matter of fact, them tell them that it's over subscribe to, or that them the other say it's over subscribe.
Oh, well, we don't know. Well, kind of takes it a little bit late still, because I've been trying to find back program, but I did still, yeah.
Yeah, I should have called for a long time and I asked Shamara.
Too many busy, so it asking last week the memory, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but...
sorry about that, man. Yeah.
The first time I call the program still, so...
Yeah.
I listen to the program for years, you know.
And the first you call?
Yeah.
Osh, yes.
Yeah, so, love the program, man, and thing, and worry for open up my eyes, open up my mind from an early age in my life. From early on in my life to the beginning.
So how old is you now?
I'm still young same way, man. Just I reached the 40 mark, you know?
Okay, all right, give thanks, man.
Yeah, man, but for real youth, earlier days and things.
Yeah.
Tuning into the program and all of that.
Yeah, give thanks, yeah?
Yeah, man, all right.
Easy, yeah.
Yeah, most honorable Mutabaruka.
Oh, you dumb man, I tell you, the king of Brownstone.
Yeah, man, you don't know a thing, man. Although I not touch base more time, I hear them, I listen to you, man.
Yeah, man, I know, man.
Yeah, man, you're on Cabo.
Yes.
I'm born. The whole area some teams still, I don't know a thing.
Yeah.
Put on credit for phone to talk to, no kind of that.
So you walk, when you stop, man, stop walk, no man, and stop.
Yeah, true, me walk up on the car, so I choose radio in the scene.
Okay.
On the road, yeah, me, you know?
Okay.
So I don't want to give her feedback in our studio.
A good thing that, man.
Yeah, man, so I will give thanks to Cabo for carry on the program.
Of course.
About CMA, man.
Yes.
Powerful, man.
Of course. Definitely. So tell me something. When I get rain up there?
Wow, we get one nice shower today, man. Oh, God, it's a blessing to all the flowers, them, man. The grass.
I tell you.
Everybody smile today now, bro.
No, I tell you, I never see so much dry leaf on the ground yet. From me live up in the bush, I never see much dry leaf in the ground. Pure dry leaf, man. I tell you, all the grass is just brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, just show them, say, yo, I'm control, see me. And nobody can fall this. Somebody alone can do it, you know, so you have to wait till they come, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, so your family all right, see me.
Everyone all right, man. Give thanks.
Yeah, man, so what you have recorded in our last half and something new, you know, have nothing new what you could have given all the piece of it in our night.
What you talk about?
Either poem or...
Oh, you mean my poem them? You mean my poem them?
I'm not talking, I'm not talking. Nobody else.
All right. I'll give you one of them later, yeah?
Yeah, man, I listen, okay, you know, I'm not shit, yeah, till it, yeah.
All right. But me line up one then.
Yes, sir.
But me not play the Damian. Me don't play the Damian first.
Yes. Greetings, Muta. Greetings.
Blessed man. Blessed.
Yeah. I called a couple Thursdays back. I'm the lady that sister who called read this charge that was brought against the young man, illegal arrest. And I was asking you to, check out if any lawyer or anybody know if, it's such a charge. It can be...
No, you have to remind me,
presented to via citizen. Remember the boy at UE?
Yeah.
They always say in Jamaica is a 9-day thing.
Yeah, me remember, them charge him, yeah.
Yes, and them charge him for illegal arrest. And I was saying it really sounds like kidnapping.
Yeah, no, but all right. No, all right. I did tell, but you wasn't listening because I didn't get the answer,
No, that's what I said. I don't get to listen every Thursday.
All right, yeah, but the same Thursday I did say it. All right, hear what them say. Kidnapping is when somebody hold you at... Kidnapping is when you're not held up to your own... in other words, a force holding. Kidnapping is force. The brother never...
Him never force her.
No, him never force her. So that's why it's not kidnapping. That's why it's not kidnapping. That is what them say.
All right. Okay, I never heard the end of it.
Yeah, man. We say the same time, same Thursday we say it.
Oh, I never heard the end of it. Yeah. Sometimes because I work in more time.
Yeah.
I just, when I can, I hear. So, yeah, man. So, all right. Yeah, man. Give thanks on that.
Him never hold her at...
One other thing now, because tonight you interview Sister Nanny, and is the commemoration coming up of the Coral Gardens incident. As Rastafari, and just as an individual, I like to see. Yeah, we must know our history, but I just don't like to just live in history. I like to see forward movement, like what is next.
No, well, the sister did you remember?
Generation.
All right, wait. Yeah, hold on. You remember we did a talk and I asked the sister, so what them doing now? And she started to talk about what them do for the elders, them will survive the Coral Garden. That is something where I don't know. So she had talked about fear life. That's why I asked her that. Because
I love that.
Yeah.
No, what I want to push a little into in terms of your conversation is what the government do.
What the government do about what?
All the different what should I say, conditions, not conditions, the good different things that were presented to the government in terms of their reiteration to the Rastafari community.
Yeah.
And yes, they came, and yes, they did the home, and yes, it is being rented. But Babsy Granger herself, in the last commemoration, I was there, and she publicly said that not only would she make sure that the land is presented to the community, but that the government would take part in building the home.
Yeah, well, your nanny say that not still come to fruition yet.
No, it don't. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And it's time the community press that the government stop talking and do. It is forward movement we're dealing with. It's a couple of years now. 2008, she make some other remark. At this point, we not see nothing. So, that's what I'm just saying, that as a community, we need to push and make sure that they do what them say them supposed to do. We must hold them to it.
Yes.
Yeah? So I just, that's not say, and I like to end on a positive. So I would like to commend the communities that are standing up for their beaches in Portland.
Yes, and
down at Ocherios.
Yes.
I listen, I hear Kaboo, I hear them doing it, and that's a positive and more power, more strength.
Yes, I give thanks.
Highly blessed.
Yes. Okay, so the brethren say I must play one of my tunes. Black Attack. Yes, Hail.
Blessed Muta.
Blessed man.
Yeah, man, give thanks and praise, yeah.
Yeah,
for real, man. Yeah, man, I tell the nation, say, far as I meditation I show I see, a man, a woman, a king, and queen, a emperor, an empress, a boys and girls. So me sure they say God have a wife. See, and the pastor them now agree with that. See, the opposite to everything. No? See, so why them hide that? See, so they tell the people the truth, man, say God have a wife, so the thing balance. See me I say. See, so the people have to wise up and know that. See, so them hide the truth. You see it. See, so how do I see that?
Oh, Mr. Wa, yeah, them hide the truth, yes?
Yeah, because they don't want to say God have a wife. So why?
Who a God wife?
Eh?
Who's God
Mama
wife?
Mama Nature, that's the how the hill look like a pregnant woman. Sit up at the back, you know, to the
okay.
See that the foot of the hill, the spring water. See that the Mama Nature vagina, no? See so the people that are wise and know that. You see the quote not seeing a Mama Nature breast that, no? See
everything a Mama Nature breast?
Yeah, man. The coconut.
The hillside, the coconut. What else again a Mama Nature breast?
Eh?
What else again is Mama Nature breast?
No, man, the quote that a Mama Nature breast.
So what am to Father Nature now? What is Father Nature?
No, you have God, no. See, God are there.
Oh, you have God and you have Mama Nature.
Yeah, Mama Nature, yeah, man.
Oh, so why you call Mama Nature husband God?
No, then after the thing balance, man.
No, why you call him God? Why you call Mama Nature husband God?
And I'm the ruler. See me say, so I'm Mama Nature next.
So why you not call Mama Nature God?
Eh?
Why you not call Mama Nature God?
No, it's a part of God still, no, because you don't know so the thing balance.
So you could I say goddess then, so why you never say goddess?
Yeah, man, I same thing, man. Yeah, man.
Oh, the same thing.
So,
okay.
Yeah, man. So here me I say no. Far as them is the appear generalship are going. So when you play a Dan Carlos for you when you're generalship.
Generalship are take over the place.
Ah, yeah, man, generalship are back up the place. So, yeah, man, that Dan Carlos say. Yeah, man, give thanks, man.
Wait. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who are the people that want to take over the place?
The people that were in a higher society, them and the politicians, them, you understand, and them are generalship, seeing far as them say, I go on. See me, I say. Yeah, man, so bless, I give thanks, you don't know.
All right, blessed man, yeah?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You have on your radio there? You have on your radio?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good night, Muta.
Good night.
Greeting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, me respect you for a long time in a Muta.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, man at Muta, respect Muta. Muta is number one. Yeah, man, I'm on the Muta.
Yeah.
Me always...
Oh, you sound like you're tired, so, man. Yeah. Relax, man. Oh, you sound like you're tired, so.
Oh, what more come out to do, man?
Okay.
Because my wife, no like me talk to you. No like me listen to you.
I can sound like me a poison in the house.
So you hear me saying, no, brother?
Yeah.
Me always hear you say, people are going to church on every Sunday, but me never hear you say people go to church on Saturday yet. So me I wonder why I'm to that.
Well, if you want me to say it, man.
Okay, because I want to have a free that 7 day them.
Me free that 7 day? What you talking about, man?
No, but I can never hear you.
Yeah, because most people go to church on Sunday.
Yeah, but they go to church on Saturday too.
Which day your wife go to church?
Sunday.
And which day you go to church?
When me follow her, sometimes go Sunday.
Oh, you follow your wife go to church? Yeah, then that means most people go to church on Sunday. That's why I say that.
Yeah, but I can't never hear it on Saturday yet.
All right, me say it then. All right, for you, me say it then.
Yeah, man, so you're good though.
Yeah, man, I'm a good man all the while.
Really, boy, yeah, no, man. You really open up your eyes to enough things in the motor. You ain't taboo, oh God, man.
Yeah.
Why me I tell you, open up your eyes to enough things, brother. Me I say, give
so why your wife don't want you talk to me? Why your wife don't want you talk to me?
She say, you don't know why I say, but...
Oh, true, Christian.
Let me look into things, I say. Let me look into things, me really say, why don't I say, I chick white, but chick we. You really chick in the motor.
Yeah.
Motor, I really in charge of everything in the motor. How am I then chick with the motor?
Oh, me, you must ask yourself that. You have to ask yourself that, man.
No, but me don't know. You may have to ask, you know.
You ask me?
Yeah, man.
The reason why them trick you because you keep asking people how them trick with.
Well, just go and do good work, yeah,
yeah, man, we're going to go and do it, man. General Ship, take over the place.
Yeah, man, love, brother, love, brother.
Yes, ill.
Morning, boss.
Morning, sir.
How things, man?
Why things are going on, you know?
It is right. You know, look at thing I asked. I think about 2016, the Prime Minister is saying we're looking to the mechanism of the gas price in a petrol job.
Yeah.
We don't hear nothing more about that, man.
Well, maybe Chuma look into it still. Maybe him down in the tank.
No, look into it. Yeah, but I don't know if tomorrow for the program I can
ask him why I'm not looking if him still look into it.
So long, man.
No, but when I ask him that, when me say that on the radio, what do you think I go happen?
Being a member, I might be reminding me when he started.
What if I think me can remind him about? You know, not last week. Week before last, when me you never hear me play some things where him say him did I go do. In him first 100 days. You never hear me that play it?
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Well, maybe that's one of the things that when we said to him, did I go look into it? Maybe must still look into it. Want glasses? All right, me mention it.
I'll go alone. We have the mechanism there. We let another country do it that way. So
do what that way there?
We raise gas this week, Japan next week, double next week. That's wrong, man.
Well, them do it in America too, man.
Every Wednesday.
No. Every Wednesday they raise the gas. No, but I talk to them because tomorrow you're going to get them raise it. And you go talk about every Wednesday, no, them going to say, all right, we're going to raise it Wednesday and Thursday.
I told you.
Yeah.
I see your thing.
You know, them wicked, you know, because you know, tomorrow them tell you, say, oh, grass gone down 10 cents. And you see the next week, them say gas gone up 12 cents.
12 cents, yeah.
Yeah, and 20 cents, you know, them really, so you feel like, say, well, gas gone down, but wow. Come back next week, then lick your man.
Yeah, double feet.
May I tell you, terrible thing, them.
And a robbery, man.
A general ship, man. Total general ship.
Man, general ship for real, brother.
All right, sir.
Yeah, man. Respect feeling, man.
Yeah, give thanks. Yeah. May I tell you, it's just amazing how sometimes I hear the gas. I say, boy, gas gone down this week by 4 cents. Next week, here's a gas gone up 8 cents. It's a ratted. It's like the man where I gamble. And for 1 month straight, every day I'm going to gamble house. And I spend $100 every day. At $3,000 that him spend for the whole month, you know. And the next day him go win and him get $1,500 win. Him jump up in the air and say, yes, I catch them. I have $1,500. And I remember saying it bet $3,000 for the whole month. General ship, man. Total general ship. All the people, them not check it. Them not check it. Them have something over them, have cataract over them eye. Them need an optician, man. Cataract over them eye. Trust me. It's a weird thing when people reach a stage where them don't know, say, they are imprisoned. Because them feel say prison is just 4 walls and 1 window. But the greatest prison, man, is the prison in your mind. Yeah, the prison in your mind. And that's a serious prison there, you know. A serious prison that, if you don't know where to lock or where to move in your mind, you just go like a zombie. Them say move right, you move right. Them say move left, you move left. And that is really where them have all the people them do. You hear the brother say, oh, he never hear me and say, Saturday, people them go to church on Saturday. Well, you know, the Sunday worship of them, like the Prime Minister, and the Saturday worship of them are the same thing, you know. One sitting control the whole of them. One sitting control them. Western civilization, Western religion. Because most of the things that them I tell you, you know, is cultural differences and have nothing to do with morality. Cultural difference, but here, them are try push them culture upon we. And that you people them are doing, you know. Them are try push them culture upon we, and then sometimes them call the culture is religion. It's like in Afghanistan. Them a tell the woman them say they must get no education. That is a cultural thing that have nothing to do with religion, you know. And in a Saudi Arabia, them say woman not to drive. And you can't go to a road as a one woman. You can't go to a road by yourself. You have to accompanied by a man. That is really culture that have nothing to do with the reality of the situation, morality. In Iran, them have morality police. Morality police will go around the place, and if a woman had head uncovered, she could have get prosecuted, like how them killed the woman because her head never uncovered. And you see, Iranian woman, them get up and start to drop the cover off of them head and say, enough of that. That don't have nothing to do with morality, you know. It have something to do with culture. So some people develop culture, and then now out of that culture, them get religion. Every religion come from culture. Every religion start from culture. And some people, cultural practices become moral pinpoints. That if you don't accept that pinpoint, you are deemed that you are against the religious belief and practices of the culture. Some of you don't realize that you have universal morality and you have cultural perspectives that is seen as morality. Like murder, no matter what, anywhere you're going in the world, murder is wrong. Anywhere you're going in the world, murder wrong. But it's not anywhere you're going in the world, if a man have more than one wife, it's wrong. If a man have more than one wife, it may wrong on you so. But when you go in a certain place in Asia and Africa, you say, man, me know a man, I never know him still, but I go check him. In the Cameroon, at 72, people might say, Muta, where you get them fools from? Listen to me. A 72 wife the man have. 72 wife the man have. In the Cameroon, I go there. Now, it's not wrong in a film community. It's not immoral in a film community. But if you have two wives over here, you say, bigger me, you're going to go to jail for it. So, you have some people use them culture to define your moral status. And them turn that cultural expression in a thing named religion. Stealing is wrong no matter where you go. If you thief something, it's wrong. You're wrong. Whether you're in a China, whether you're in the West Indies, whether you're in a East Indies, whether you're in a North Indies or South Indies, it's wrong if you thief something. So that is not a cultural expression. That is something where human beings just develop over a period of time and say, boy, right now, that don't belong to you, don't thief it. I better you ask for it. So it's just so. But you have things where in the Western world, yeah, where it's cultural practices and them turn it in a religion. And then them turn them religion in a cultural practices. And then we get caught up in it because we come from a different cultural society genetically, and we have that genetic memory in a way that when certain things take place, it's hard to fight it. It's hard to fight it because your genes don't connect, your DNA don't connect to what them I tell you say this and when them I tell you that. You know, see it. So when them come and tell you about all homosexuality, we don't connect to that. That is for them culture. That's not something where I have to accept. because I come from a different cultural expression and religious practice. We don't have that tonight at all. But now them force if you do it, force if you accept it as part of our cultural practices, that is the madness now. That is the madness. We are only we get caught in a their cultural practice. And we say no or yes, wrong or right. This is part of them culture. Wrong and right is defined by their culture. We have our culture and we have our spiritual perspectives where we don't have to accept what them are say. Because for their morals and our morals is not the same thing. Our morality is defined by history and by culture and by spirituality. For them, morality is designed by anything them want it to be, it just be, and I just saw. That's why man can't go in a woman bathroom now and you can't say nothing. A woman go in a man bathroom and you can't say nothing. A woman want to run in a man race. You know, see, them have man play, this woman play football, cricket and everything now. See, develop a certain level of, and then them have feminizing the black man. Yes, it make him come infeminate. And that's right there. And we can't stop it because we don't have the guts to stop it. And some who try to stop it, them call you mad, stupid, or them try to get rid of you in some way or another. And the problem with it is that the people them who get rid of you is the same people them who you fight for. Yes, the same people them who you fight for, the same people them try to get rid of you. Because them same one sit down and say, he might idiot, you know. He might make too much trouble, you know. No, sir. He might make too much people mind think. He might make the people them think too much. So, at this right there. But we not stop. We're not stopping at all. It's a serious thing. Remember when them tell us a coconut oil not good for it? Yeah, man. Them want to use the old nasty so-called soya bean oil and vegetable oil where them bring from foreign come give it. For poison we have, slowly but surely. And we have coconut here, so them are kill off the coconut tree them deliberately. Remember the coconut tree them at St. Thomas, so them just dead so sudden. Looks like when they put poison in the flower. Who remember them days there? When they put poison in the flower. Yeah man, to destabilize the country and make people run away from Jamaica. Gone to Miami, 5 flights a day, gone to Miami. But we come know better now. That's why I tell you, say, the things them with them, most of the things with them say wrong, right, you know, and most of the things with them say right, wrong. We know that. History show with that. History show with that, so we have to go to the root of people without knowledge of them history. It's like a tree without root. Listen, you know, when we start out the program, after 10, we'll tell you about the Ides of March, which was yesterday, because 12 o'clock gone now, so it's done. And we'll link it with Julius Caesar. That was the day that them killed Julius Caesar. For those of you who don't know, yeah, we'll tell you, say Julius Caesar, the month July come from Julius Caesar, the month August come from Augustus Caesar, but really and truly, the senators, because senators in the forum, once again, we can tell you non-apologetically that me and my brethren, my drummer, I want to yell up Desi Jones, me and him walk out the whole of Rome one time, you know, and we say we have to go at these places, now we go down at the forum and we go at the Colosseum. But in this forum, it's where the Romans make them law democratically, make them law and decide what is what and what is not, what is wrong and what is right. These senators make up and kill Julius Caesar. Yes, them kill Julius Caesar. So them decide, say, Well, according to it, it was assassinated on March the 15th, which I'm calling the Eyes of March. And that was before this so-called Jesus thing, Agwan. Julius Caesar, you have Mark Antony. All these people is known in history. These people is the reason why we say a whole heap of things that we say now. And don't know why we say it, and don't know say it have nothing to do with we. It have something to do with what they was doing in Rome, in Italy. Rome was the center of what them call it European, whatsoever Europe was in those times. Julius Caesar, Mark Antony, Brutus. Thousands of times and stab him, you know. Everybody take a job off him, you know. Yeah, everybody take a job off him, Julius Caesar. And he was one of the greatest Caesars, them man hear about Julius Caesar. Them have so much movies that is made of Julius Caesar. It's important that we really know these things, you know. So a whole heap of them things there, and we're going with, you know, of Genesis in that, like democracy. The idea of democracy come out of that Senate, where the senators them sitting in the forum and discuss things. That's why we know the picture of Jesus where them have is a Roman, because even the clothes them have on, it's part of the senators them clothes that them wear in the forum. If you look on it how it's set, and you look on the Roman them in the forum where them make them laws and things, and the same look the Jesus picture of no Jew, or whatsoever you call it, dressed like Romans in them time there. Because you have distinguishable clothes in them time there. It's not like now where everybody wear everything, but it's like you have jacket and tie for a certain look, and you have soldier have a certain look, you have bad boy look a certain way, gunman look a certain way. Yeah, well, in them days are the same thing. So the Jew, where them called Jesus, Jesus Christus, them have him wear the same clothes as the Roman senators. You never see that. Look on the clothes, man, and look on the senators them. I mean, I talk about senators them in a parliament, you know, I talk about in the Roman Senate, because that is what they was called to senators. Is this where it come from? The idea come from right there, so in a Rome. You believe it's only the religion come from there, so all the political ways to come from there, so. Will I tell you about the Ides of March, IDES, Ides of March? You can go Google it. Well, I don't can go Google it, man. So we are talking about Julius Caesar and the forum and them things. There's part of the education. So even though you ever talk about Africa so much, but you have to know some of the European history too, because of them, they take out Africa, you know. And there's certain historical references that can be made to validate where we say continuously upon this program, yeah. Even when you hear Cabo say upon running African, that if you don't have that historical reference, somehow we say going to look like a stupidity and foolishness. But a whole heap of things where we say is because we have other reference points to refer to sure you say that did lead to this. That did lead to this. It's like when we are talking about the image of Jesus, when we are talking about what Christopher Columbus did, it is good to find out exactly who was Christopher Columbus, where he come from. And since I grew up big, I know that Christopher Columbus was not Spaniard. He was an Italian. And I get the opportunity to go in a yard. When we say yard, go in the town where I come from, named Genoa. A man has shown me said, this is where Christopher Columbus come from. This is where this, that. Many things that Spain him come from, but him was even a sailor on the Portuguese ship where they going to Africa, where the Portuguese are the first set of people going to Africa, European them going to Africa, go try conquer the African them. And then him end up in Spain as a sailor and then lead expedition to come at this part of the world. Yes, cutting edge, Yale.
Yes, Muta. Blessing again, blessing.
Yeah, man.
Right. All of this, what you thought was, you see, how they not tell you them in your church when you go to church?
Church?
They not tell you but
why you want to tell you? Church, I know it's history, eh?
But Constantine and something. How do you not tell you there's something? I'm making way truth.
Because them good, I don't know it.
Oh.
And most people in a church, watch out, most people in a church who read the Bible, they don't know nothing about how the Bible come about, who was the man them who write it, or, you know, what was said before them I read it, this or no.
So we not serious trouble then, you know, because if you pass it, they don't know them or something, how the people in not go.
You never hear, it's the same books that want to the shepherd that lead my people astray. You never hear that?
Yeah,
no, that them I do, man.
You know, say, Mickey Amber, my number, Mickey Amber, want to make you pick you to call me, you know.
You get Amber your number for what?
Mickey Amber, want to make you pick you to call me, come here, I need to talk in the motor, cause...
Which Amber you talk about? Which Amber?
Amber Highway friend, man. Amber Highway friend.
You can't to call me?
Wanna make you pick up, if you give me a call.
But me not see her.
Oh, come here. I think you need to WhatsApp your number, panic yard.
Oh, she go see me.
Then you come and stop in and you say, now WhatsApp your number.
Yeah, but how she go see me?
No, she said she's going to WhatsApp your number. She's going to WhatsApp you.
Okay, all right.
I made you call you earlier on, you know.
Mean why you call me? Yeah. Where you want? Why you get the card to call me? Why you want to call me?
Because me want to talk to you about something serious, man. Come here and say, black people really chicken and motor.
Yeah.
And people now realize say we really chick. Right now it's my wife in our barefoot and our problem. She does not want me follow you. But me even buy all one hank and be a problem. She don't want me wear your hank. I say
what is about the hank?
Because me research hank in hank alive.
What she say about it? What she say about it?
Eh? She say some demonic.
Devil.
Demonic. Boy, I tell them
yeah, most Christians tell you that. I know how you to lose him work because him come buy a hang from me and go work and them fire him. And I tell me the whole yes.
She not you want every time she see me, she not you want me barefoot. She come out of me.
Then no your foot, man. No your foot. Then no why I no barefoot. I your foot. Then she not go barefoot in the house. She not go barefoot in the house.
Eh?
She not go barefoot in the house.
In her house, she wear barefoot, but she not wear
barefoot. When you say wear barefoot, you don't wear barefoot. Are your foot, man?
Yeah.
She go barefoot in the house. Yeah.
Ah, boy, I tell her, say, why we really lost, you know?
We lost. Yeah, we have to find back over here, though. We have to find back over here, man.
Yeah, man, just go and do good work. You know, say, me a little boy in a church. They call you one long time, you know, and say, Muta, you're a madman, I hang up the phone, but we really apologize to you now, brother. I have to apologize to you, because we brainwash. Hold on.
Why you say it and hang up the phone?
Eh? Because of what they say about you, say a madman.
No, I know, but why you say it? Why you hang up the phone after you say it? That me ask.
Because we didn't want to talk to you.
You just want to face it? Or you just want to face it with me and go away?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, in a church, though. But I'm not broken from this church thing, you know, man. You really are open up my eyes, but you know, more people's eyes need to be open. So.
Yeah, well, them eyes are open, man. No doubt about it. Them eyes are open, just like you. So your eyes are open.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, one time you used to say me a madman. Now you say your eyes are open, so.
Yeah, man, just go and do good work, man.
Yeah, man, we are doing it.
Yeah, man, right. Yeah, man, respect, man. We'll take you tomorrow again. Probably I'll give me a call tomorrow again, because now the call me can't get you.
Okay.
But check Amber, man, me WhatsApp Amber, man, me give you when I can't call for your call me, man.
Yeah, but when you don't just call me, man, so what you want me to call you again for?
I want to talk to you personally.
About what?
But life and everything, more understand more.
They don't talk about life, though. You're going to give me arguments, you know. If we go call you, know, if we go talk, sit down and talk about life. Life is an expanding thing, you know. You can't talk about it.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, give thanks, Benjamin, yeah?
Yeah, man. Respect.
Yeah, all right.